The effort, the play style, I think is something we talked about a lot going into this game. I felt like our guys played with really good effort, really good play style. I thought the energy was really, really good in the dome. Made a couple stops towards the end, big field goal block, put ourselves in position to have a chance to tie the game right at the end. And ultimately, the story for us and the lesson for us is you can't beat yourself. 13 penalties, a lot of mistakes in there that we just got to clean up and put ourselves in a much better position to be successful. And so we got a lot of work to do. That's the beauty of this thing. There's a lot of work coming forward to us, and we'll move the page and get ready for San Francisco here shortly.
How close did you think Juwan was to getting that one at the end?
Yeah, it was close. Obviously, I haven't seen the slow replay, so I don't know how close it was, but certainly it looked like we had a moment there where we had it.
Was there any commonality between the penalties that you figure out?
Certainly a lot of it, the main stuff you got to deal with is the controllables, the pre-snap. I mean, the pre-snap, that was just simply not good enough. That doesn't meet the standard in any way. We have a bunch of penalties on both sides of the football in the pre-snap world, and that's all under our control.
How would you evaluate Spence throughout the entire game?
Yeah, I thought Spence did some good stuff. He put us in position there. Obviously there's highs and lows as you go through a game, but I love the way he approached it, the mindset he played with, and he gave us a chance.
Kellen, why did you choose not to call any timeouts at the first half?
Yeah, we're close. We talked through it. Getting the ball at the end, the start of the third quarter, they still had all three timeouts in their pocket, and so we felt like we'd let it play out and then see on our possession, see if something popped there. And if something popped, we'd keep it alive and put ourselves in position. But definitely something that we talked about.
Kellen, your thoughts on the way that the defense played?
Yeah, I thought the defense gave us a chance at the end. There's a couple big stops there as the game progressed, and I thought they did some good stuff. Penalties, a couple big plays, and some situational football came up on some third and longs. They were able to convert a few third and longs, and that extended some drives, unfortunately.
Was that Alante Taylor blitz at the end something that y'all kind of saved for a specific moment, or was that just the one that worked?
It's certainly available to us in a number of other situations, but there's risk-reward with that. I thought Brandon did an awesome job calling this game, putting us in a really good position, really great opportunities to compete each and every down, and I thought it was a great call in that situation.
Did you have, were you going to go for the extra point, or if you would have scored in that sense?
I mean, certainly we talk about that all the time, so we'll see when that presents itself. I mean, I'm not going to go down that road right now, unfortunately.
You did have a similar choice, though, on 4th and 5. Was it once it got backed up?
Down in the low red zone? Yeah, just once it became 5. I mean, if it's 2 and 3, certainly the numbers will lean for you to convert that. But once it got to 4th and 5, it was a little bit behind us. Felt like, we can keep it a one-possession game. We're going to have to make a big-time stop, which our defense did and gave us a chance.
How do you feel like it felt for you just going through it for the first time, as a game manager and all that stuff?
Felt like we gave ourselves a chance. Ultimately, it's not good enough. Ultimately, we're here to win football games, and we got to compete and clean things up. And so, while I love the effort, I love the energy, I love how the guys played in the locker room. We just got to play better. We got to clean it up, and it starts with me just helping emphasize that through this entire next week.
What happened with Fuaga? Obviously, he came out. But...
Yeah, he got banged up on knee, and so we'll just kind of see how it looks.
Was Chris evaluated for a concussion?
He was not.
What do you make of just him gutting it through and being on there for the final plays of this game?
Yeah, he battled each and every play, and I thought, he had a couple things come up, and he just kept, getting ready, and then once he was available, he hopped out there, and so, I thought our guys, at the end of the day, they gave us a chance.
Did you have a specific approach and game plan with Spencer? As obviously you got quarterback there were some longer drives. Was it maybe not, high risk, high reward with him or anything?
There's certainly a combination of that. I think it's important to give them completions and move the ball downfield. I thought they did a really good job of, the few opportunities that we did try and get downfield, and we had potentially stuff. I thought they did a good job. They played a lot of shell on us and forced us to, play the length of the drive, and so, we weren't able to make those explosives that we were probably hoping for.
And what did you like about the way he handled those hurry up comeback drives in the fourth quarter and how he was managing the whole?
Yeah, at the end of the day, I thought our operation was really clean. We gave ourselves a chance at the end. We had essentially 3 opportunities into the end zone, and to have 3 opportunities in the end zone, that's all you can ask for under those circumstances.
With the timeouts, is having a young quarterback a factor in that? Was there a part of the discussion saying it's a young quarterback, you don't necessarily want to risk a turnover or something with running the team like that?
At the end of the half?
Yeah, at the end of
the half. It's certainly something we talked about. We were really close to banging a timeout there, and just stuck with the opportunity that we had. That hey, we'll start with the ball. We still had a little bit of time left to kind of see what happens, and if we were able to gain some yards there, we can play the timeout game, and we'd have plenty of time to get ourselves in a field goal position.
Those last two offensive drives, what worked better? Why did you have so much success in those last two drives?
I think just obviously anytime you're in those situations, the tempo and the completion game that Spencer played with, I thought he did a good job. I thought our guys played faster, as the game went on. And so, there's certainly a lot of stuff the first three quarters that we just got to clean up to put ourselves in better position.
What was Arizona doing defensively in that second half that was potentially giving you all problems?
I thought they did a good job of, we weren't able to get the explosives that we were probably chasing as we went through that game. They didn't present themselves. I thought they did a good job there. Run game, we probably didn't get it going as much in the second half, and I thought they did a couple good jobs of just playing really gap sound and fitting things really well in the run game. We weren't able to squeeze any out.
Did you get any feedback on if anything went wrong on that field goal operation?
I have not communicated with that.
What was it about the pre-snap penalties, maybe in regards to the offensive line, having new faces in there? How much was that an impact?
Yes, that's something, obviously, that's one of the most important things we got to do to narrow that down and figure out a plan of action to get better because, that'll be what Monday's all about. We got to clean that up. We got to play at a higher standard there. It's not something that's come up the last week, so that's a frustrating thing when it shows up on game day and puts us in some bad positions. And so we got to get better there.
You guys had a lot of, we had referees pretty much every day at training camp. Was it surprising to you that you put such an emphasis on it?
Yeah, it's just a discipline thing. And obviously, it starts with me. I just got to make sure our guys, play that standard. We got to play better there. Too many drives, the momentum is created, and then the momentum stopped. But it's just because now we're behind the chains in too many situations around midfield.
And what do you think about the game that Cam enjoyed today?
Yeah, I thought Cam just really steady. I thought he did an excellent job. Obviously, he was able to make some big-time plays for us that, early in the game and even down the stretch. And, I can't say enough good things of, he did a great job.
I know that's without the benefit of hindsight, but do you feel now because at the end of the game, do you still feel good about your decision with the timeouts at the end of the first half, or is that something that you want back?
Yeah, we can play the rewind game a lot. I get that aspect of it. And so, we felt like we had the ball. We still had a chance before half to kind of see how that thing played out. Felt like we were in a good position. It was a one-score game, and, we had plenty of football ahead.
Why didn't you take the timeouts on you ran one play and then just let it go? Is it just because of where you guys are?
Yeah, just if we got a little bit more, we would have put ourselves in a better position.
I guess that's in the defense, just in the second half, it seemed like things were kind of getting away a little bit, and you were able to kind of pull it back.
Yeah, I just thought the defense did a really good job. There were some third and longs and some of those things that showed up early in the game that we just we weren't on top of, and so we missed some opportunities there. Settled in. I thought a number of stops down the stretch. I thought they did a really good job of getting Arizona behind the sticks in a few situations, and they gave us a chance.
Is there anything you can pinpoint from the third downs in particular? It did just seem like the first half it was sort of.
Yeah, it's probably we'll have to evaluate it, and just the communication. When you're pressuring guys, we're really close on the pressures, and then the back end's got to be tied together and match people up.
From what you could tell, what worked on the Alvin Kamara touchdown run?
Yeah, I thought it was just a really good job up front. The combination blocks were really good. I thought Alvin had some great patience, and he found the space to the right, and so he did a nice job with his vision, just seeing it and giving us a chance.
You guys probably have a little bit more pass heavy in the second half. I know you're playing from behind and there was clock management, but was it also something like you saw was working with the passing game that you wanted to lean more heavily into?
We just weren't efficient enough in the run game. It felt like there were some opportunities on first down to maybe get some completions and not play behind the sticks a little bit more, and so that led into a little bit more passing as we went.
I think just a look we worked in practice. I think we got what we want. The tempo was getting to them. We knew we would have that advantage right there. Great block by Jawan up out on the perimeter, and it's easy when you got guys kind of selling out and trying to bring a play to life. So kudos to them up front getting the job done. It was easy for me.
Did you want more of those opportunities in the run game in the second half?
Yeah, of course, but every game has a different flavor. So there's a couple of things that we were doing that we were trying to get to, and there's some runs that I would have loved to get to that we just didn't. And then you see how the game ended. We just pushing, trying to come back and get a victory, and tough play for Jawan. I know he'll make that play, but it's just tough when you playing from behind right there, just pressing.
How do you think Spencer played today?
I think he played well, man. I think he played well. It's a couple of things that, it's things that I see, and I go to him, and before I even say anything, he's like, I got to do this, I got to do that. So he's very cerebral. He's understanding of what's going on. I think he's processing as the game is going. There's not a moment that slips by him that he's unaware of, So I think that's just something you grow on.
anything in general that he's learning?
Yeah, I mean, just I think one opportunity. I think it was on the third down. I'm walking up to him. It was a good shell look. I'm checked down over the ball. I'm telling him I'm going up to him and tell him hey, don't scramble around and take any hits. Just plug the ball right. He's like, man, I gotta hit you right there. I gotta hit you. I gotta see it. So it's just things like that. I understand that he's processing the game, and I think Nuss and those guys know that he's processing the game. So.
What would you like about how he was handling those last two drives?
Man, like I said, I think during the week, the type of person that Spence is, you wouldn't think that this is just his second year playing. He walks into those situations and he just attacks them. He doesn't come into the huddle and when you look at him, you don't see a young guy. You see a dude that's shit, he's ready to go win. So that's a good thing. Moving forward to see from him just the confidence that hey, shit, any situation we're just gonna attack it.
Why do you think there were so many pre-snap penalties, and how do you guys get that?
Yeah, just the tempo. Being honest, when you play with that type of tempo, especially this is the first time out, you got to be disciplined. And I'm not making an excuse for anybody. We all have to be better at running the play, getting to our tempo, getting set, and saying hut. And I think that falls on all of us. Spencer's a QB. I know he's gonna say it's on him to get everybody set, but I mean it takes all of us to make that happen. So. I think it's just it'll get fixed. It'll get fixed. I think this week we'll watch the film and I know I'll be vocal about it. We just got to get set. Some of those times I'll admit some of those times I wanted to get in the huddle because I'm like, man, I don't feel like we're gonna be able to get set correctly or get lined up correctly. I think it was a couple of times where we're going tempo and guys are running from left to right trying to figure out where to line up, and to get to where you want to go, we gotta be precise on every single play, on every snap. So part of me wanted to slow down, but the other part of me knew that with our tempo, we had an advantage. So we just got to be better. We all have to be better. So I'm not gonna make an excuse. We just gotta limit those penalties in those situations.
Any other just big picture takeaways? How you feel about this game?
Yes, in one game we got 16 more. I think Kellen said in the locker room, the only thing that this game says is that we're not going to be undefeated, which it is what it is, but we got to keep moving. We got another week. Thankfully, I don't think anybody's injured. I don't think anybody did. Anybody get? 12, yeah, well, he good. I talked to him. He good. I think he'll be all right. But yeah, thank God nobody. Yeah, nothing too crazy. But yeah, man, we just got to keep going. We need more. And the good thing about needing more, we can't go nowhere for 16 weeks.
What did you make of Chris? Just, he seemed like he was really getting out there at the end.
He really got what?
Just really kind of grinding it out,
Oh yeah, I mean that's Chris. He's a competitor. He wants to make a play. He wants to be the reason why we win, or he wants to make the big catches. That's the guy he is. He works hard as hell, hard as anybody during the week. So for me, I love to see him, in that mentality, in that state of mind, and then when those big plays do come to him, I just love to see him having fun and happy. So I know he wants to make more plays. He caught a couple balls today, but I know he wants to make some big plays. So we just gotta keep working.
Yeah, I noticed him fighting through kind of dealing with injury and things like that. He kind of gone to the injury tent a couple times.
Yeah, I think he just got rolled up one time. He fine. I mean, it wasn't too much to fight.
But did that mean anything to you?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, I didn't question it. I just look at him like, you straight? We about to go on the field. He's like, I'm good. So, he cool. I don't worry when I look in Chris's direction. So it's cool.
I know you don't care about personal accolades.
Mm-hmm.
But what did it mean to score the 1,000 touchdown in the Superdome? Or I don't know if you would do that.
I didn't know. Nah, it's cool. I mean, it's cool. Anytime I get in the end zone, it's a blessing, man. Game one touchdown. This is the only time I'm going to talk about personal stuff, but it's cool, just scoring the first touchdown of the season. Need more. I think all of us need more. I know Jawan want that touchdown, especially in that type of situation right there. It put us in position to go be in the winning column instead of the losing column, right? But, he again, that's another guy that when I look at him, I don't worry. He works hard, as hard as anyone, and he'll be able to make those plays. So, yeah, you see how quickly I shifted for me.
Did you make anything of the lack of timeouts or like the end of the half approach?
Yeah, I mean, we've been playing 9 years, so you know, you get into that situation. And I looked up, and I'm like, you know, you see that them little ticks. You don't see any of them, and I'm like, ah. So you know, it's just again like those are the situations you prepare for in practice. You just got to be very, very aware of again the situation. So we're running a 2-minute drill with no timeouts. Everybody has to be dialed in. You get to the sideline if you can. If not, get the ball to Eric or the ref and let's go and execute. So I think Spencer did a great job just getting everybody in position, you know, clocking in when he had to, getting the play calls in, and then, you know, hitting the routes that he had. You know, didn't really force anything. So, I mean, I think it's something to teach off of, something to learn off of.
I think
Yeah, I meant the first
he
half.
missed it.
Oh,
He
what?
missed it.
I meant the first half where you guys didn't go for it. Or just like a,
Were you surprised the team didn't use any timeouts in the first half?
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember. I went too far into my little dissertation on that one. Yeah, my bad.
no, that's fine.
Yeah, my bad. I don't know.
What do you think about Kendra?
Kendra, I mean, like I said, I think Kendra, he's a lot more mature, and not in the way that I think he was portrayed before. I think just for me watching him, I'm talking about maturity in his assignment. You know, just like I think his attention to detail and his focus is different, and you know I can tell just because I'm just observing. I'm an observer before anything. So just watching him, he knows what to do. I think before he didn't know why. A lot of times, you know, he was just out there, but I think he knows why, and you know I think he's tuned in on you know when to do certain things. So I think he's gonna keep growing, man. He's doing well.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really well executed drive. Thought we, you know, took completions when they were there and moved the ball at an elite level on that last drive. You know, we've been in that situation, I feel like, so much. We're very comfortable doing that tempo at the end. Game of inches, you know. Think that guy made a good play on that ball to Jawan. But, you know, I told Jawan before that play, hey, I'm coming at you, so be ready. And, you know, I'll throw that to him 100 times out of 100, you know. So very close, got to some way finish that out.
You put it extremely high, and he got to it. You put it where you wanted to, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's the only spot it could be. They're playing very soft, you know, in that situation of the game. And, you know, we've repped that play many times. You know, that's where we wanted it to be.
How would you evaluate your performance today?
You know, I thought it was fine. You know, I think as a group, 13 penalties as a team, you know, you're not going to win many games with that. Got to finish in the red zone when we have opportunities. I think we got down there and kind of stalled out. Got to figure out a way to be better there. But I thought our energy was great. I thought we were very balanced in the first half with our run and pass game, moving the ball pretty well. It was a battle the whole game till the end. Defense played well. Brian had a great block kick. You know, we got down there. I think we got a field goal right there. We want 7 points there. But literally came down to the last second. And I'm telling the guys, hey, we're going to go down and win this game, and we all 100% thought that was going to happen.
Spencer, did you have any anticipation you'd be finishing this game with 46 pass attempts when you kind of went through the game plan this week?
You know, we're always ready for whatever happens. Still a couple missed opportunities out there, obviously, but, you know, thought we were efficient. A couple third downs we could have been better on, you know, being behind the sticks. I thought we found a way to convert in certain situations on fourth down as well towards the end of the game. But I think just the flow of the game, we got to take advantage of momentum and finish in the red zone when we have the opportunity.
What do you think of your 2-minute drive in preseason against the Jags? When you maybe look at that, how much confidence did you have in successfully finishing that drive today?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it felt the same exact situation. You know, I thought their defense today didn't pressure as much as we thought they would. It was a, you know, shell fest. They took away the back end, did a good job with that. Thought we ran the ball well, like I said, and then, you know, taking the underneath stuff, which was there. But, yeah, that 2-minute drive, you know, we've been in that situation before. We work it in practice so much, and all of us thought we were going to go down, tie that game up, or win it with a 2-point conversion. We'll be in that situation again at some point this year, and it'll be a better outcome.
Those last 2 drives at the end of the game were much more efficient. Was there something about the operation, something about everybody that it just got cleaner in the last 2 drives? Is there a reason for that?
I think we're a really good tempo team. I think we do a good job of distributing it when we're playing fast. Obviously, in that situation of the game, you're going to get different looks. So I thought we did a good job of pushing the ball down the field when needed, but also taking what's underneath when it's there. Credit to them. They made some good plays, but we shot ourselves in the foot too much today. I think if we cut those penalties in half, we win this game.
You did that obviously in the preseason as well. Is there anything you like about the way you've been playing in those situations?
Just decisive. I thought, you got to protect the ball in those situations, make good decisions. I feel like, we didn't have any turnovers today, which is, usually the outcome is better. But I think we're a good tempo team. I think we can take a step when we're not going tempo, take a better step when we're not going tempo.
You did have the interception that got called back. Was that, you saw one of those opportunities to get past the shells?
Yeah, I saw Shaheed one-on-one. The corner, Johnson, he's a good ball player, good ball skills, and, he got a little deeper than I thought, and just a little miscommunication. Tried to give a shot early, and we got lucky on that one.
Would you have liked to get a chance to run in 2 minutes at the end of the first half when Kellen didn't call timeouts, but they had the ball?
Yeah, I think that's a tough situation. We had timeouts, I think, right? But we're going to trust what Kellen does. We called a run, and they're going to play so soft in that situation. We probably have to get 30 yards to get in range, or 25. So there's risk and reward to that. We trust in what Kellen's going to do, and we had the ball coming out, so we want to go out and score. Obviously, didn't. Got to be better there, but trust in what coach is calling.
What's the process for you guys this week in cleaning up the pre-snaps?
Yeah, it's all details in practice and walkthroughs, whatever we're doing. Use a lot of different cadence today. We got to be settled in. We got to be better communication. Myself, we got to be detailed as a group better on both sides of the ball. So I think that's detailed throughout the week. Locker room talk. Hey, we got to lock in on this situation. Let's not, flinch. Let's not have a motion. Refs were very tight knit on that stuff today, and we knew that coming in. Thought we could have got some more calls. I think that ball to Shaheed in the end zone was pass interference. Had an opportunity for a touchdown there, and obviously didn't get the call. But hey, next play mentality. Got to finish. Got to be better in the red zone.
As a group, is that frustrating when, as Kellen Moore mentioned, he was saying that there wasn't that issue during the preseason in terms of the pre-snap penalties, and was tempo maybe a cause of that? Maybe there were times maybe you guys could have slowed down and got set.
We want to be clean at all times of the game. Guys are going to be tired. The defense is tired. We're tired going fast, but we got to be focused when we're tired. And I think just repping that throughout the week, being detailed in the game, communicating at a high level, we could be better there.
Anything that sticks out on the first and goal from the three in particular, like any opportunity missed in that drive?
Yeah. Just, we just got to punch that in. We had an opportunity. You think we get that in, but hey, on to the next. We'll get it next time.
Obviously, there's going to be a lot of focus on the final catch or not catch, but what did you think of Jawan's day in general? Seems like a guy you're very comfortable with.
Just like last year, he's a guy, we want to go to. He's a great player. Made a lot of big-time catches today on third down as well. And he's just such a safe target to throw to. Big frame, and he's a competitor. So in that situation, we want to go at him. He's a mismatch on that field. He can get up higher than anybody. And he high-pointed the ball really well on that play. And I got to see it on film. I don't know what happened. I think maybe the safety somehow got it out. But I'm throwing that ball to him 10 out of 10 times.
When Chris got jacked by Will Johnson,
Yeah.
does your mind go like to his concussion history at all, and were you how relieved were you that it
Yeah,
wasn't
no.
that?
I was very relieved. He didn't get injured from that. That was such a bang play. We're coached if, hey, that nickel comes and that end squeezes, we're throwing that out there. They had the perfect call for that play, and kind of caught us off guard with it. And I'm just happy. First, it wasn't a backward pass, and second, he's healthy after it, because I went up to him and said, hey, man, I'm not trying to get you blown up there. Want to get you the ball in space, but we got to all be on the same page.
I was to see how tough he was, because there was a few times he was going back to the tent, trying to
Yeah.
but he was still toughing it out and then playing. How tough was it?
He's a tough dude. He's reliable. He's tough. But obviously you want to keep him out of situations like that. So we'll try to do better in that part, but got to play ball at the same time.
Outside of the, obviously discouraged by the loss, I'm sure, but like outside of the end result, like how do you encouraged at all by stuff today? Like, how do you process like the overall like direction of the team?
Yeah, I mean, that was a 4-quarter battle. I mean, obviously, we're not happy with losing at all. So we got to be better. First of all, like penalties, stuff like that. Situational football, I thought we were good in, but it's week 1. Like Kellen said after, we're not going to go undefeated this season. We got a lot to build on, and we're looking on to next week. Got a lot of stuff to clean up from this week, but we could have won that game if you clean some things up.
What are your emotions like for you just starting today and coming out the tunnel and all that?
Yeah, I mean, it was obviously a great opportunity. It's a blessing to be able to play here and get a chance at starting and lead the guys. So I do my best to put my best foot forward and try to lead and help us win games. But we're going to keep building, keep working. Love these guys, love playing with them.
Being named the starter before the season, does it feel any different from playing last season?
I would say so, yeah. It feels like a clear vision. You go out there, you don't have to worry about nothing, play fast, play your game, and just lead. I mean, I feel like, teams got trust in me, coaches got trust in me. I just got to keep getting better, keep leading, and we're gonna get some wins.
How much is the negotiation in certain situations where when you're maybe rolling to one side or the other and you kind of have an option to get the ball downfield or run? How do you negotiate that?
Yeah, there was one today to CO on the left side. I tried to throw it, and it kind of faded on me. I probably could have just run there. I think towards the end of the game was more decisive with running, with how soft they were. But, yeah, I mean, you got to pick your right spots for it. Obviously, I'll look at tape and see what we can do in that area.
Was the tempo you all used today game plan specific, or is that something going to be part of your arsenal all year, you think?
Yeah, I mean, that's something you want to use all year to your advantage. Obviously some stuff on tape we saw game plan-wise, we wanted to use that, and it worked out well. But like I said, when we're not doing tempo, we got to be cleaner, have better communication, and execute those plays.
What do you think about Awesome Richards coming in and kind of hold it down for a couple of drives there?
Yeah, you hate to see Tally, your best guy up front, one of your best guys up front, go down towards the end, but thought he stepped up. I thought the O-line did a great job all day. We only took 1 sack, and that was my fault. Should have got to the back on 3rd and 8. But 1 sack, versus a team that causes a lot of havoc. I mean, that's a good stat. Obviously, it can be better, but O-line did a great job.